So today we're going to do a full body stretching session and it's going to be 20 minutes long. So we're going to start off with upper body. Just going to do some shoulder, neck, trap warm-ups. So we'll start off with these, bringing your shoulder blades back together. We're going to do about 15 to 20 reps of every movement, and we'll go through literally every single muscle group. Next one then, we're going to do some arm circles, trying to reach up as high as you can, bringing your hands together, bring your hands back as far as they'll go. If you have any plants or any low-hanging lampshades, try not to hit them, because that's happened a good few times before to me and a lot of people that I've worked with. Next one then, we're going to start to loosen out our neck and shoulders. So really important in this one, you're going to bring your palm up to the ceiling, spread your fingers out, and we're going to do a few rounds on each side. So spreading your fingers out as wide as possible. Should feel a really deep stretch down through your trap, that side of your neck, and also your shoulder. So we'll do like 3 rounds on each side, swapping over like every 10 seconds. Just swap over one more time, reaching out as far as you can that way. And last time on either side. So we'll do a few neck stretches. First of all, just going to go up and down. Trying to get a feeling for which movement is a bit tighter. Is it a bit tighter going downwards? Is it a bit tighter going upwards? Then we'll go side to side. Bring your ear to your shoulder. And we'll go left and right as well. So try and keep your shoulders still. Alright, next one then. We're going to go hands interlocked behind your head. Going to lift your elbows up as high as possible, gently lifting your neck up as well. And then just slowly going to start to turn left and right. You can let your feet move with you as well. So as if you're swinging a golf club, you're just going to let your foot turn. With your breathing on this, thinking about breathing out as you turn. Alright, so we'll start to make our way down. So we're going to do a few quad stretches next. So going to grab your foot. Alternatively, if you can't grab your foot like this, you can elevate your foot and let it rest on a couch or a chair, and you're basically thinking about pushing your foot down. So if you can do this version, you're thinking about pushing your foot down into your hand, and we'll do a few rounds on each side. So this is to really loosen up your quad and your hip flexor. So gently pushing your foot downwards. If you're struggling with balance, you can put your hand on something, a wall or a chair nearby. So just gently pushing your foot downwards into your hand. Again, thinking about breathing out as you're pushing your foot down. Just do one more round on each side. Swap over just one more time. If you're a little bit more flexible in a movement like this, you can start to tilt over a bit more, push your foot into your hand a bit more, a bit of a deeper stretch. Next then we'll move on to hamstrings. So I'm going to keep it nice and simple initially. Just going feet shoulder width apart, going up and down. If you can't touch your toes, don't worry about it. Bend your knees a little bit so you can actually get down and touch your toes or touch the floor. Every time you stand up, I want you to think about squeezing your glutes. So slowly coming down, touch the floor, squeeze your glutes as you stand up, back down. So this is mostly just to loosen out your posterior chain, mostly though for hamstrings, lower back, a little bit of the calves. Alright, we're going to start to open up the hips a little bit. So gonna kind of balance on one foot. So you're bringing your knee up, out to the side, back in, back down. So we want to do about 10 of these to loosen out, not only loosening out your hip and your glute, but this one is also really good for the lower back. Alright, and then we'll move into a few swings. So this one can be difficult balance-wise, so if you do struggle with balance again, put your hand on something, chair, table, whatever you've got. So we'll start off with a forward leg swing. I'm going to start off low, and gradually going to go a little bit higher. So you don't have to have your leg completely straight for this one. Just want to feel a bit of a stretch going on between your hamstring, your glute, and your lower back. So once we've got about 10 done, then we'll swap over to the other side. Something that really helps with balance on this one is bringing your hand the opposite way to your leg. Okay, and then we'll do a sidewards swing as well. So for balance on this one, it's the same thing with your hands. You want to go the opposite direction. So if you bring your leg out to the left, you bring your hands over to the right. Might look funny, but it's the easiest way to maintain your balance. And then the same on the other side. Bring your hands the opposite direction. And if you lose your balance, just put your foot on the floor for a second and then go again. So we're going to move on and we're going to do a little bit more for the calves. So for the calf stretches, I want to do this one. So you're going to have one knee slightly bent, the other leg is out and your toes are pointed up. So this should be a really intense stretch all the way up and down your calf. I'll do a few rounds of this on each side. Go for like 10 seconds. So trying to bring your head down as low as possible. The lower you go, the more you'll feel all of this area start to stretch out. Swap over again. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just one more time. Think about breathing out as you sink into that stretch a little bit lower. And last time on the other side. Alright, so another one we're going to do for ankles and overall ankle mobility. We want to do some circles. So we'll do 10 clockwise, 10 anti-clockwise. We're going to do another one for the hamstrings where you're going to cross your legs over. So you're doing this motion. So legs are crossed over and you want to stay down here. We're going to do 20 reps. So this is a really deep hamstring stretch on the back leg. Pulsing up and down like this. And once you've got 20 done, I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Bring that leg over. And then keeping all your weight down here. And the main reason for doing this is we want to do a little test afterwards, just to see how much our hamstring mobility has improved. Usually after doing 1 or 2 rounds of this, it should be much easier. If you test it, go feet shoulder width apart, should be a bit easier to get down a bit lower. Like I'm feeling an extra 2 or 3 inches of mobility there already. All right, so I'm going to transition into doing some lower back stretches and warm up. So really important, one, starting off with a cat camel. So breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your mouth. So to get into a really good position with this one, your body will follow basically wherever your head is going. So as you bring your head up, try and look up to the ceiling, and as you bring your head down, try and look through your legs or tuck your chin into your chest. So head up, and then chin tucked into your chest. So if your lower back is ever feeling tight, this is a great one to start off with. Next one then for the lower back, going to reach out. So right hand out, left leg back. Just going to hold that for a couple of seconds. And I'm going to alternate. So this is the second one that's part of the series for overall lower back health. So if you have any lower back pain, tightness from work or training, this sequence of movements is absolutely amazing. So just keep holding 2 seconds each side. Do about 10 in total on each side. Ideally on this one, you want to keep your foot just a couple of inches above the ground. You're not trying to like lift your foot up really high. You're trying to keep your foot just off the floor. All right, so the third one in that sequence for the lower back is to lay down on your chest, and we're going to do the back extension. So feet are relaxed on the floor, and then just lifting your chest up and down. So we're doing 10 of these. 3, 6, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to transition there into the child's pose. If you've ever done yoga, this is a very common one. So reaching out forward with your hands, tucking your chin into your chest, getting a really deep stretch in your shoulders. Crawl your fingers forward. Little by little, try to get an inch or 2 further. Deepen that stretch in your shoulders. And then from there, we can come up into this one. So we're going to go one leg in front. This is to work a little bit more on the hip flexor and the glute. So if you have your left leg in front, you're thinking about squeezing this right glute. Squeeze the right glute, maintain this upright position. You should start to feel a stretch up through your hip flexor. Doing like a 10-second squeeze here. And then we'll swap over to the other side. Same thing. Keep your chest upright. Right leg's in front, squeezing that left glute. And we'll swap back to the other side. So on this one, really important, your elbow is on the inside of your knee. So you can lean into your leg a little bit, and then slowly bringing your right hand up to the ceiling, keeping your eyes on your hand. Reach up as high as you can, hold it there for a few seconds. Back down. So this is a great one because you're really loosening out your hip as well as your chest, shoulders, upper back, neck to a certain extent as well. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So swap over. So again, leaning into your leg, elbows on the inside, and then bringing your hand up as high as Go, hold it for a few seconds. So breathing in at the bottom, breathing out as you go up. Just gonna do one more. Breath in, and then breath out. Okay, so next one then, we're going to transition into a little bit more deeper hip flexibility work. So this one can be challenging for a lot of people. First off, we'll start off just by putting your hands on the inside, doing a little bit of an assisted stretch. I struggled with this one for many years. My hip flexibility wasn't great at all. My knees would be here when I'd sit and I'd be very uncomfortable sitting. But after a few years of doing this consistently every week, it's much easier now. So we'll just slowly open the hips with this one. And then as we get into it a little bit deeper, reach up as high as you can, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to walk your hands out. And then this is a real test of where your hip and lower back mobility is how far you can go down. So a really good standard to get to would be elbows to the floor, but that's a lot more advanced, to be honest, for many people. So a good starting point even is being able to walk out and just be able to get your palms on the floor, and then slowly progressing from there, being able to walk out and kind of get halfway between your hands on the floor, and then also elbows almost down, and just gradually progressing this one to the point where you can comfortably go down and you can touch your elbows off the floor is a really good one. A really advanced position to get to would be being able to touch your head off the floor, but I'm not there quite yet. Still probably got another 5 or 6 months of really consistent stretching to get there. So the next one then, we're going to add in a little bit of rotation. So with this one, bring your left hand and put it on the outside of your right knee. Then you can push off that basically to turn, hold it for a couple of seconds. And then the same thing, right hand on the outside of your left knee. You can also use this other hand behind you to kind of grab the floor and to get a little bit more rotation. Alright, so another great hip stretch is the 90-90 hip stretch. So to get into this, you start with your legs in front. You slowly bring your left knee and your left elbow down to the floor, and you slide your right leg back. So your left knee and your left elbow are beside each other, and then depends on your flexibility, you can just sit here, try and push that leg back, or if you're a bit more flexible, you can try and bring your head down to touch your knee. So we'll just hold that for like 10 seconds. Should be feeling a really deep stretch. If it's your left leg in front, you should feel that deep stretch in your left glute. And then as we swap over to the other side, it's the same thing. So you're going to bring your right knee and your right elbow down to the floor, and then you just slide that top leg back, and then try and get as low into it as you can. Just do that one more time each side. So transition over, left knee down, left elbow down. Going to try and push your leg back a bit further. Try and bring this front leg forward a little bit more. Head as close to your knee as you can. Then one last time on the other side, same thing. Right knee down, right elbow down. Slide that leg back as far as it'll go. Bring this front knee up as far as it can go, and then head down. All right, so we're almost done. Another really great one for the lower back is called a knee hug. So you basically lie on your back and you just bring your knee up to your chest, and you're going to hold that for like 10 seconds. If you're getting any neck pain, of course, let your head just rest on the floor here. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Gently think of bringing your knee up to your chest, holding that for 10 seconds. So this really focuses on decompressing your lower back. So this one goes really well with the cat and camels and the Supermans, the ones we did earlier. You can let your hips come up off the floor a little bit, as that can help to decompress your lower back a little bit more also. And then the last ones we'll do, another great one for the hamstrings and the calves. Just going to bring your leg up as high as possible. With your foot, you're trying to point your toes down towards you, holding it there for like 10 seconds. And we'll swap over. So a really good indicator for hamstring flexibility, if you can hold your leg up at a 90-degree angle, that's ideal. If you can go further, even better, but 90 degrees is basically the gold standard on a movement like this. And then just one last time on the other side. And that's it. So that is all of the stretching. Want to keep it nice and concise, but if you're to repeat that full body stretching session 2 to 3 times a week, that will make a huge difference in terms of reducing pain, tightness, helping get rid of lower back pain, hamstring tightness, neck, literally everywhere. So ideally try and repeat this at least once per week just for maintenance, but if you want to make good progress, especially with like hip flexibility, things like that, ideally you want to be repeating this about 3 times per week. So hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day.